Okay, so I'm here with the filmmakers from here, and I loved it. I thought it was really funny, but it was also very touching. So, yeah. So, yeah. Yes, it was wonderful. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Tell me what your part was in the film, and then a little bit about the film.
My name is John M. White. It says so right here. And I was the DP.
Hi, I'm Ethan Cadoff. It also says that right here, and I was a co-writer and the main guy, I guess, whatever you want to call it, in the film. So.
And I'm Susan Berry. I was the co-writer and director.
Great. So, where did this story come from? Who kind of thought up this story? And
I think it was a co-creation of the two of us, and it came from a discussion that we were having as we were on our way to dinner one night. And
Lies.
Lies?
They told me that they take a nice tube, a long tube ride, and they go down the water.
That's when we wrote it.
Wait, you said
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the main idea. That's where you
That's
okay.
where we wrote it,
Not
yeah.
the origination of the
Yeah,
idea. All right.
the origination of the idea came from a couple of things, which were basically personal experiences that we'd had where in a moment we realized that, I don't know, it's a long story, but I was in a show at People's Light and Theater Company in Malvern one time, and I was sitting alone on stage during tech, and there was a lot of business going on around me, and suddenly I noticed something very small, which is I noticed an ant crossing a desktop on the set, very quietly amidst all this buzz and all this craziness around. There was an ant just carrying a little crumb across the table, and somehow that idea that there was this other world, this small world of reality somewhere, and being present in that moment with that ant in the midst of this craziness got me thinking about how a lot of times we get caught up in the craziness while other things are going on around us that we don't even notice. Really maybe beautiful things or small things. And we started discussing this, Susan and I, on a way up to dinner one time. We thought, well, a lot of times we're caught up in the craziness of everyday life and we miss all sorts of beautiful things that are happening. And that was, I think, the genesis, one of the genesis.
Yeah.
Am I on the right track there?
Yeah, definitely. We had recently finished all making a film together, a different film, and Ethan had been basically a co-producer with me, but more in the producer role since I was directing it. And that involved a lot of, things like picking people up at the train station, making sure everybody had something to eat. And so we wanted to do
That's
a
the producer's role
project,
on a small film.
a project that was really like an awesome Ethan project where the initial idea was his and he got to star in it. And that's that direction that we headed. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like everything that will go wrong does go wrong with your character, and you feel so bad. But I think there's a beautiful message at the end, like you were saying. Our lives are very, very busy, and if you just take a moment to just breathe. I mean, is that what do you really want people to take away from the film?
That's essentially it. That there's just being present in this moment as we are right now in this wonderful place with this theater. That it can be. We sometimes don't observe that, and that's just breathe and be present. It's nice. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys. It was a wonderful film. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Welcome everyone to the first ever Harrisburg-Hershey Film Festival.